Hello world, thank you so much for tuning into my page. If you can, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, give me some feedback at the end if you want to gain any more information regarding this topic. I am more than willing to help whoever wants to know more about it. Okay, so the $1,000,000 question: how did I get pregnant? I got pregnant in the comfort of my own home. Yes, in my home. I did not do IUI fertility simply because I felt that it was too expensive. And I personally felt like even if I paid all these hundreds and thousands of dollars for the procedure, it's automatic that I might not get pregnant on the first try. So to avoid all of that, I decided to do artificial insemination via Softcup. What is a Softcup? I will, this is what a Softcup is. It is not that big, for real. Like, well, probably my hand, but, whatever. Basically, when you get the vial in the mail, after it thaws out, make sure you empty all the contents into this. As you can see, you can tell which is the correct way and which is the not right way. So once you put the sperm in there, have your wife immediately go sit on the toilet, open her legs. I don't know if she's ever used a tampon before, but it's pretty much the same gist. She'll take it, squeeze, and then she'll insert. Right here where my pinky is, she'll put this up behind her cervix. She'll feel it. It's like a rough little groove, and she'll just pop it in there. After that, she can go elevate her legs for about 10-15 minutes. Boom. Then she can go on by her merry little business. She can keep this in for 12 hours, that's what they say, but I kept mine in for 14. A lot of people use pre-seed. I don't recommend it, especially if you don't have any issues in that department, getting it there. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. When she goes to take it out, she'll just pull basically from here, and it'll slide right out. If she sees like the sperm still in there, that's okay. If she sees other stuff, that's just a combination of her cervical mucus. Get out there. So once she does that, give it a take. After 14 hours, have her take it out. Then I recommend that's when you have sex, because it'll allow her cervical mucus and the sperm to mix really well to get it to travel where it needs to be. So this is pretty much a Softcup. You can go to your pharmacy stores. I don't know if Walmart sells them. They might. I got mine from like a Walgreens or like a CVS. But that's pretty much how it is. Sometimes the sperm will sit right in here on the side. That's okay. You just make sure when she does it, she squeezes and she inserts. And there's also like a little video tutorial on YouTube how showing you how to insert it and how it'll prop up from one of the doctor ladies. All right. So that's pretty much what a Softcup is. I want to say about a few months ago, I had a couple. They asked me to pretty much explain it to them. So I made that video for them. And that pretty much just explains what it looks like, how flexible it is, what to do. And they pretty much was getting their their sperm via shipment in a vial. With the vials, you have to thaw out. It was just, I didn't trust it because your percentage sometimes is lower when you get it frozen versus if you get it fresh. So when we decided whatever route that we wanted to take, I knew for a fact I didn't want to ship. I didn't want to go to a sperm bank. I didn't want to do any of that.
So we started following this group page on Facebook called, I think it's Free Sperm Donors. And it's a group of homosexuals and heterosexuals who are looking for donors who are willing to donate sperm for free, or just to help. And yes, there are a lot of heterosexual couples. The male, he may be sterile and he's not able to produce, but however, the wife is just like, they want to start a family, so that they're in agreement with going that route as far as finding a known donor, or finding a donor. Contracts are involved, at least I recommend it. Something you can pull up on Google, artificial, donor contracts. A whole bunch of them will pop up basically, and you print whatever one you want. Whoever is involved, you guys sign it. You either can get it notarized, or however you feel that whatever route you want to go. But I definitely recommend you getting the contract just to be on the safe side. Now, the donor that we chose will not have any parental rights to our child and will not have any type of physical involvement with raising our child. He pretty much just supplied us the sperm. And I'm very thankful and grateful for him, because it was just a blessing in disguise that when I asked, he was just like, well, dang, why didn't you guys ask me before? So I feel like if I would have asked before, we probably would be already with a 1-year-old, or damn near about ready to be due by now. But I'm not tripping, because better late than never. Knowledge is power, and I learned so much. We started the process of wanting to get pregnant in March or April of 2018. We pretty much tried for 6 months, and within those 6 months, we inseminated 2 times before we got our positive on the 3rd try. Giving myself a month break in between just to make sure I'm tracking properly. I used ovulation sticks in the beginning. I used ovulation sticks. I did the basal temperature. I did all that, and with the ovulation sticks and the basal temperatures, you have to be consistent with times. And I'm not a consistent person. I'm a procrastinator. I can't wake up every day at the same time to test and do all this stuff at the same time. I couldn't. So that caused more stress on me trying to be accurate. So I cut it out. The 3rd time, however, I truly, truly, truly allowed my body to be my guide. I started going off my cervical mucus, which is very, very, very easy. I'll attach a link at the end, in the comments or in the section, just so you guys can look to see what I mean by your cervical mucus. I literally was a genius at that, and it worked perfectly. The Softcup, very, very, very comfortable. You can keep it in for up to 12 hours. I, on the other hand, being the extra person that I am, left it in for 14, only because I wanted to make sure I got everything, all the contents, because basically the Softcup works as a suction against your cervix. So here's your cervix, here's the Softcup, and it pretty much just, it's there, and it allows everything that's in there between your mucus and the sperm to pretty much mix very well. With the syringe, I didn't want to do that route, but I know a lot of people who have gotten pregnant via that route, because I personally just thought it wasn't safe. I didn't think it was safe because with that, you have to get to the cervix, the opening in a sense, and slowly, I'm going to use my pen, slowly, like very slowly inject the sperm. And with that, I feel like you risk hitting a nerve, going into shock. Anything can happen. And I didn't trust my wife at all with a syringe in my vagina. I'm sorry. I don't. She has no sense of direction when it comes down to that. So the best method for us was definitely the Softcup. My doctors, on the other hand, they were very, 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 very surprised, because they were like, you did this at home with no help? And I'm like, yeah. And they were just like, wow. That's unbelievable. And it's like, it's not the first time it's being done. It's not the last time it's going to be done. However, that's a method that is starting to become very popular. Now, I don't, to each its own. A lot of people choose to have intercourse with the donors or whatever the case is, but I wasn't with that because there's a lot of risk you take when intercourse is involved with conception. Basically, you have PI and NI. PI is partial insemination, NI is natural insemination. Partial insemination is when the male jacks off. Excuse me, I talk with my hands. The male jacks off, and once he gets to that peak and he feels as if it's time to chew, he injects his penis into you and he releases. That's partial insemination. Natural insemination, NI, is basically when you're having sexual intercourse. Now, with those two methods, if you do get pregnant, please be aware. Please, please, please be aware that the male does have parental rights because you guys created a life intercourse wise, sexually together. Regardless if you're how you guys look at it, if you're married, if you're this or you're that, he has some form of rights to that child, even with a contract, because you guys really naturally did it, unless he wants to, sign off his parental rights, which is pretty much what the contract is for. But if he really truly signs off his parental rights, that needs to be done with a lawyer. AI is the method we use, which is artificial insemination. No intercourse whatsoever. No in contact whatsoever. He went into the bathroom. I had already laid the Softcup out. All he had to do was just ejaculate and go and shoot his sperm directly into the cup. Now, once he finished, I immediately went to the bathroom and inserted the Softcup. I then went, laid down, elevated my legs for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. And then I went about my business. You go home, take a shower, cook, clean, do whatever, go to work. And then after, 12 to 14 hours, I removed it. Now, what I did differently was I did not have sex until after I removed the Softcup, allowing my, the wetness, the mucus, everything to truly, truly, truly mix very well. I felt like if I would have had sex with the Softcup in, the moisture of me being wet, it would have blocked everything as far as the mucus and the sperm. So it wouldn't have gotten no contact. So I waited until after I took it out, and then me and my wife had sex. Of course, I took a shower because she, whatever. I inseminated 2 days before I ovulated. Now, the highest rate to get pregnant is inseminated 1 to 2 days before you ovulate, simply because the sperm lives in the cervix up to 5 days. That gives you 2 days before you ovulate, the day of ovulation, and 2 days after you ovulate to possibly fertilize that egg that is released. You have 12 to 24 hours to truly, truly, truly get that egg fertilized. After that, it's done. You can't. I feel like the first 2 times I inseminated too late because, like I said, not being consistent, following the ovulation sticks, it just caused too much stress. And then something we did different was we literally just had faith. And the first 2 times we wasn't skeptical. We really wasn't really, what's the word I can say? It was all me rushing, forcing it on my wife. Hey, let's do this. When I knew deep down, physically and mentally, she wasn't ready to, take that next step. Yes, we were married, but I was just like, look, I'm about to hit a certain age. I want to get pregnant, and she just wasn't in the right space to do it. So the third time when we got pregnant, it was literally, she came to me and was just like, babe, out of nowhere, she was just like, babe, I want to try again. And I'm like, I didn't question it. I just said, okay. Because this time she initiated it. She wanted it just as much as I did. And I honestly feel like that want between both of us really, really just sparked everything and made everything better. How far along am I now? I am 5 months. Do I know what I'm having? I do know what I'm having, but we're not telling anybody yet. So, yeah. But excuse me, I have stuff in my eye and it's bothering me. But all for all, like, the process itself is very simple, very easy, very non-stressful. Because just think if you would have to go to the doctors and they have to do all these injections and shots and this and this, and I am not a needle person. I don't know who else is, but I'm not a needle person. So I wanted to avoid that at all costs, at all costs. So I will be doing additional videos as far as helping or giving you guys a better understanding as how to track your ovulation. A lot of people who have irregular cycles, I know they took Clomid, and it's supposed to be a fertility pill to help, balance that out. Some people, I know they got pregnant within, a month after taking it. Some people are still having issues getting pregnant even while being on it. So I personally don't know a lot about that medication, but I would definitely do my research to help bring that knowledge to you guys as well. All in all, that's pretty much our procedure. We was at home. We did the Softcup, not IUI, AI, and we ended up being blessed with a positive. And it really shocked me because normally you're supposed to wait at least, between 10 days past, 10 days past your ovulation date to really test. Basically, you have to wait till your missed period. I didn't even get to my missed period, like I said. My last period was September 3rd. We inseminated September 26th, 25th, somewhere around there. And between the 25th and the 27th, we inseminated. And by October 1st, when I took that test, we had our positive. So I am more than willing to help so many people and help so many people with this process because I basically went in it blindsided. I really had to do all the research and really, really, really and truly look at every aspect, and I didn't have that help. So with everybody, asking me, I'm sorry, I'm at work. With everybody asking me, how did you do it? What the process did you use? This and this and this and that. I'm like, look, I'm being overwhelmed. I'm thankful. I'm blessed that you guys are asking me all these questions, but let me do a video to really explain how we did the method. Now, I'm no doctor. I am not certified. None of that. I am just your typical LGBT girl who was just like, I'm ready to start my family, but I don't have the means to go through all these treatment places like everybody else is able to. So luckily, we were blessed with that opportunity to have a live known donor who did not mind not having any parental rights at all to the child. So with that being said, that is exactly how we got pregnant via the Softcup. Now, if I left anything out as far as details, please, 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 please put it in the comments, because like I said, I'm so overwhelmed and I really just wanted to get this first video out there before I started doing more informative videos to help you guys really get the knowledge. I'll do more of a breakdown with the definitions because there's a lot of definitions that are being used regarding the insemination, like BFP, either big fucking positive or big freaking positive, DPOs. There's a lot of definitions and acronyms that are used and a lot of people don't know. Excuse me. So If you guys need anything, need any more assistance, need any help as far as that, please, 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 I will get to all the questions and everything else within my next video or so. But I do know the next few videos that I will be posting will be definitions. That'll be one separate video. Ovulation will definitely be one separate video. And I don't want to cram too much stuff into this one video because it's a lot to take in. And I know you guys are like, what? What the hell? How? What? This and this and that. And I'm like, I understand. And I just really wanted to give you guys our method on why we chose to go the route and why we did what we did before I came with the information. So, yeah. I will try my hardest to get my wife to do a video with me just so she can explain her intake on the process. She definitely did not want me to have sex with a male. I definitely didn't want to have sex with a male. And and a lot of questions people ask me is she going to get pregnant as well? She said she will have it, but she'll go through the process, but she doesn't believe in that much pain. She does not believe in that much pain. So that's something that I feel like will change as she gets older, because like I said, right now she's only 25 turning 26, so she still has time, versus I'm 28 about to be 29, and I'm like, look, I want to have my first kid by the time I'm 30, maybe have our second kid at 32. So we have a really good true understanding, and I'm so thankful for her because she's really been supportive, like from the time we started this process, even with not wanting to truly do it in the beginning up until really her wanting to do it. She's been 100% supportive and behind me 1000%, all the way down to from the negative test, me being sad, me being depressed. She's definitely been supportive, and I'm forever thankful and grateful for her for that. So if you guys need anything, please feel free to ask. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I promise you I will have more information for you guys. Am I going to document our journey? Yes. I wasn't going to do it at first, but with the interest that we've been getting, I'm 100% definite that I'm going to basically record this journey. I've decided after long hard consideration that I'm going to do a natural water birth, which we will be taking pictures and recording when the time is ready for us to have the baby, just so you guys can truly understand, and just so you guys really be a part of it. Because even though I don't know everybody physically, the happiness that we've been getting from other people we don't even know, it's like you guys are our village, and it takes a village to raise a family, and sometimes it takes a village just to keep us all uplifted. And we are all a village, and we will all get together, even if I got to go to you guys one by one and give you guys self-motivation to show you guys you can do this. This is going to happen. I will do whatever I can in my power to make sure you guys are just as informed as I am. So yes, that is it for now. If you guys have, like I said, any more questions that you guys want to know, please feel free to ask. I will answer. Subscribe. Share the video. Let your friends know who are other LGBT customers. This day's been long all day. Other LGBT couples who want to be pregnant as well. I'm not the only couple, the only person who's tried this method. Like I said, it's very well known. It's just not as popular. So thank you guys for tuning into this first video, and I hope you guys really like the information that I've given you, and I really hope that you guys stay tuned for the videos that are to come basically after this. Okay, thank you.